What's up guys, Enready here, back with another Blu-ray update. I got 4 titles to show you guys today, so I'm just going to get right into it. Alright, so first up we got Hansel and Gretel, Witch Hunters. The main reason why I picked this one up was because my wife wanted to see it, and it was my birthday and I had a gift card, so I figured I'd pick it up. I was a little apprehensive because I didn't think it was going to be all that good, but I ended up enjoying it a fair bit. There's a fair bit of gore and blood in this movie, and a little bit of nudity as well. I like the design of the witches. Famke Janssen, I think that's her name. I don't know. She was pretty cool as the head witch, and Jeremy Renner and Jennifer Aniston, they were pretty cool too as the witch hunters. I think there's talk of making a sequel to this, but I think they're going to make it PG-13, which is going to take away the whole appeal of this series, because it's really pretty much going to be like blood and guts, and like the ways that the witches get killed and stuff like that, and the human victims as well. There's lots of great headshots and stuff like that in this movie. I do wish it was longer though. I mean, like, even the director's cut is only 97 minutes. This probably should have been a 2-hour movie, but maybe they knew what they were doing by keeping it short. You know, not that many destructions or anything like that, you know, or bad scenes in it. And Edward the Troll is pretty cool too, and it's not CGI. I guess that character was done through animatronics, which was kind of cool. Here's the back. Right. So next up, we have Warm Bodies. I know Mr. Cinema Junkie did a review of this last weekend, and it caused like a decent sized stir in the YouTube community. A lot of people didn't like his views on the movie. While I enjoyed the movie, I think his criticisms of the film were spot on. You know, this is a story where the zombie starts to have feelings again and falls in love with a human, and that's all well and good. But the problem that I had was when it came down to the cure, and the science doesn't really match up. But I don't know. I still enjoyed it a lot. I just wish that there'd have been more scenes early on with the character of R and his life as a zombie. And his narration didn't really bother me. I thought that was quite amusing. You know. So, all right, let's go on to the next pickup. Next, we have American Mary. And I was really excited to get this movie. Like, I read about this one in Maclean's magazine earlier this year. It's a Canadian horror movie made by Paris twin sisters. I can't remember how you pronounce her name. Is it Soka? Is it Jen and Sylvia Soka? This film stars Catherine Isabelle, and she plays she's like a medical student. I think she wants to be a surgeon. And something bad happens to her. But before that, she really needs money. So she gets pulled into a situation where she has to do a surgery on someone, and they offer her like a crazy amount of money. And then somehow, because of that, she winds up getting mixed into the body modification community. Now this film could have went one or two ways. It could have went as a simple revenge movie, or it could have stayed with the body modification and done something similar to like David Cronenberg's Crash, where the people were in the car crashes and they had a whole community surrounded by that, which was either would be fine with me, but this one kind of goes in the middle. Another problem that I have with this movie was the ending. It kind of ends really abruptly, and it's almost like the directors wanted to punish the main character for some reason, and there was really no need for that. I'll probably watch this one again just to get a better insight, because there is a director's commentary, so I'm going to watch it with the commentary. One thing that bothered me about this release, though, is when I picked this up, I was looking at the DVD, and the DVD came with a slipcover. I know slipcovers are kind of trivial, but on the back of this, the artwork here was slightly altered from the DVD version. The DVD version, you can see more of Catherine Isabelle here. These pictures are lower too, so you can see more of her operating suit, which is a real shame. So I'd like that artwork better, but you know, the Blu-ray was only a couple dollars more, so I figured I'd go with blue. Alright, so last up we have The Burning. Been wanting to pick this one up for a little bit. This one was actually in my an early video I did earlier this year for my top 5 passed over horror movies, because I had passed this over when it was released on DVD back in 2007, and I always kind of regretted it. But now I can take solace in the fact that it's now available on Blu-ray from Scream Factory, no less. Um, this movie, to me, has a really weird feel to it. It kind of feels a little bit like an 80s sex comedy, and it reminded me a little bit of Meatballs, in like a lot of the early scenes with the camp counselors on the camp. Um, this is another film too that could have been done a little bit different with a different scenario, because basically at the beginning of the movie there's a camp caretaker who has a prank played on him, and the prank goes wrong, and he ends up getting burned and horribly disfigured. So basically, like in this movie, he goes back to near that camp, and he's like taking revenge on anybody. He doesn't even care who he's killing. Whereas I think it really should have been, is it should have been really against the kids that disfigured him in the first place. Like they should have had some kind of reunion at the camp, and then like he could have picked them off one by one. Like most people are probably interested in this movie because Jason Alexander and Fisher Stevens and Holly Hunter are in it. Like it really surprised me how much Jason Alexander was in this movie. Fisher Stevens as well. It's really weird seeing like a young version of Fisher Stevens because he was really bony. Jason Alexander had a full head of hair, which is kind of weird seeing him with a full head of hair, because when I first started taking notice of him was back in Seinfeld, and he was already balding back then. Holly Hunter, her scenes are it's weird, really hit and miss with her. It's like she has no really major speaking parts, and in some scenes she's with the group, in other scenes she's not. Another cool thing about this movie is that it doesn't follow the slasher film conventions, which is kind of interesting because it came out right in the middle of all that stuff. You know, especially for something that's like kind of a Friday the 13th knockoff. You know, but it doesn't have the final girl stuff, and a lot of people are still alive at the end of the movie. Usually, almost everybody's dead when you get towards the end. I didn't get a chance to watch all the special features on this one, although the lead girl has an interview, which is really cool to see her as she is today. And she looks pretty good for her age. Alright guys, so that's my update. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'll talk to you later.